Once or twice a year, I head up to Virginia to cut silhouettes with my good friend Marty Wilson at the Carousel Children's Clothier in Williamsburg. I always look forward to seeing Marty, and Williamsburg is a perfectly preserved jewel of America. Tonight I'm staying at the Anvil Campground, a well-kept spot just a stone's throw from Old Williamsburg. The Anvil Campground is a great find for those of us who travel in an RV. The old water-powered mill out front is part of the campground's charm, and you can play tetherball or a game of cornhole out front, and there's also a guest laundry. They have a well-stocked gift shop for souvenirs, and if you're hungry, they have plenty of snacks. Penny and Raven are the two energetic front desk clerks, and they are very enthusiastic and inquisitive, and sometimes a little nutty. When I walked into the office, Penny and Raven asked me all sorts of questions. They wanted to know where I was from, why I was here, what I did for a living. I told them that I was a silhouette artist and a children's author, and I was working the next day at the Carousel in Williamsburg. They asked me to show them some of my work, so I went out to the Van Gogh and grabbed a couple of my children's books and took out my paper and scissors and came back in and went to work. The Anvil Campground's owners have an interesting past in blacksmithing that is tied to colonial Williamsburg in a unique way. The family actually made all the wrought iron and metalwork during the restoration of Old Williamsburg from 1929 to 1935, including tools, locks, gates, shutter dogs, and anything else that was needed for the restoration of this historic old town, hence the name Anvil Campground. Raven and Penny were very engaging. They asked me to show them some of my work, so I took out my paper and scissors, and they had way too much energy to sit still, so I had to work really fast. These ladies were so much fun. If I cracked a joke, they'd be right back at me with another one. Just really fun people to be around. They're my kind of people. Yeah, I really like Penny and Raven. Who do you guys think the best silhouette artist in the campground is?
This guy right here, Mr. Clay Rice.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
He's amazing, absolutely blowing our minds right now.
You definitely have to check out his books.
Yes, look at this. He cut all these pictures out. That's insanity. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
A+ work.
Wait, is that might be my self-portrait right there. I don't know.
Well, there's no dinosaurs in it, so.
Yeah,
I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Look, that's your head. There you are.
Wow.
There's Raven right there. I'm going to put her glasses in right here. The next morning I packed up and set out for the Carousel, eager to explore the history-rich lanes of Old Williamsburg. But first, I had a job to do. I've been working with Marty at the Carousel for more than 30 years. When we started working together, we were both young entrepreneurs. I was figuring out how to promote my silhouettes, and she was an energetic young store owner. We both stuck with it, learned a lot, and our businesses grew. Today, she runs one of the most successful boutiques in the Southeast. She has grown her clientele by having a great mind for business, and she is well known throughout the area. So Marty, how long have you been here? Because I started working here about the time that you started, right?
You did. So the first year you came here was in 1993, and we actually opened in 1991. My mom and I started that.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I've been cutting silhouettes here every year. We always have a great turnout. What do you think the secret is to your success here?
Well, I think that we offer like really unique children's clothing and gifts. I think we're in a beautiful historic area. We have lots of local people, but we also have lots of visitors from all over the country, actually all over the world that come to see us.
Yeah, I can tell there's a different mix every year.
Yes.
It seems like I meet people from all over the place here.
Absolutely.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, what about this area out here? How long has this been here? This beautiful shopping area in Williamsburg, Old Town Williamsburg shopping district.
So we are located on historic Duke of Gloucester Street, And this shopping area was actually conceived by John D. Rockefeller Jr. in 1927. And they say that this is the first planned shopping center in the United States. So we have a
Really?
lot of things to be proud of.
Absolutely.
And so beautiful because it's tree lined. It has beautiful flowers. There's over 40 shops, restaurants, and we're also located right adjacent to the College of William and Mary.
Wow, that's fantastic. So, William and Mary, when was it founded, roughly?
I think, don't quote me on this, but I think in the late 1600s.
Late 1600s, wow.
Yes.
So it's almost as old as I am then.
Almost.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, okay. Roughly when was Williamsburg settled?
So it was settled in, believe this or not, 1632. So a long time ago.
Yeah.
The British came over and they landed at Jamestown, and then they came over to Williamsburg. And Williamsburg was the colonial capital of Virginia for many, many years. And then they moved the capital to Richmond, Virginia, which is about, 60 miles west of here.
Cutting silhouettes at the carousel is always a great time. Customers there are always very excited. Marty has them lined up. She keeps me very, very busy. She's always very accommodating, and she really cares about the event. That makes a big difference. I think the kids there could qualify for the national posing competition. Yeah. After the event, Marty and I decided to walk around the old town of Williamsburg. The shopping district here is teeming with visitors, and I was amazed at the sheer numbers of people meandering through the quaint shops and restaurants. Dominating the residential district are beautiful lots with formal gardens, and the old town has been restored to its original state, and it is quite stunning. You could almost hear the horses' hooves of long ago ambling down these old streets. Many of the buildings have been preserved with great care, keeping the historical essence intact. Walking through these streets felt like stepping back in time. However, amidst the peaceful old-time charm, there is a subtle hustle as tourists explore the rich history around them. This is old Williamsburg.
Yes.
Right? And this is how it looked in the early 1600s.
Right. I mean, they are very historically accurate in all of their plantings. They would never plant anything here that was not planted back in the late and early 1600s and early 1700s.
Yeah, and this looks like oyster shell.
It is.
Yeah, so this is coquina, sort of a oyster shell.
Right.
thing.
We are very close to the James River, and lots of shells come from the James River.
Yeah, so I guess this is how they did it then.
It is.
Everything is authentic.
It is that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow, it's just really beautiful. This nice gentleman just gave me a couple of tickets to Old Williamsburg, Colonial Williamsburg, and I thought Thomas might like one as well, so I'm going to put that on you and me, buddy. We're going to take a tour. Thomas is kind of quiet today. So this is Thomas Jefferson, and I really like Thomas Jefferson for a lot of reasons, and a lot of people don't realize this, but Monticello is in Charlottesville, Virginia, which is really close to here, pretty close to here. And Thomas Jefferson was actually an artist, quite an artist, and he did silhouettes. There are some really great early American silhouettes in Monticello that were done by no other than the owner, Thomas Jefferson. And so we have we're kindred spirits in silhouette artistry, Thomas and I. Marty and I walked to the governor's mansion. Construction of the mansion began in 1706, and the first governor of Virginia was actually Lieutenant Governor Spotswood, who moved into the mansion in 1710.
Hey, so we are standing in front of the Governor's Palace here in historic colonial Williamsburg. I mean, look at this. Isn't it absolutely beautiful?
It's gorgeous, yeah.
And there are beautiful like gardens in the back. We can walk around and see that. There's something famous called the maze, and that's where, you know, as a child, I loved, you know, as a kid coming into the gardens and like trying to hide from my parents in this beautiful garden maze. So maybe let's go take a look at it.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So the first governor to move in was actually a lieutenant governor, Alexander Spotswood. The actual governor was George Hamilton, 1st Earl of Orkney, and was not known to have ever visited Virginia. Looks like a pretty nice pad to me, George. I think I would have moved in. I wonder if they had squatters' rights back then. I'm following Marty. I'm glad one of us knows where she's going.
I hope you're in shape, Clay. We got some stairs to climb.
I think I can get up these stairs.
All right, let's do it. I got heels on. Can you beat me?
I don't think so.
All right.
Now we can see the maze.
Yeah, I know when I was telling you about the maze, I'm sure you were like, what are you talking about, Marty? But from this vantage point, we can see it.
Yeah, this is beautiful. And it's raining, too.
It is raining.
Yeah.
We're gonna get wet walking back.
I would say so. Surrounding the mansion are formal gardens lined with well-laid brickwork. The town has done an amazing job with the formal gardens. The flowers and well-trimmed hedges reminded me of the kind you would see at a royal palace in Old England, from which these gardens were inspired. Marty's in great shape, so she decides to race me up the stairs. Okay, Marty, you won. I was wearing my most formal flip-flops. Show off. No one knows a town like someone who grew up there, and Marty's from Williamsburg. When she was a girl, she used to play in the gardens around the old governor's mansion. Can you imagine that? Okay, we're back at the carousel. A little soggy, but we made it.
Drowned rats.
By the time Marty and I made it back to the carousel, we were pretty much soaked. That was okay though. I really enjoyed having my longtime friend show me a local's eye view of old Williamsburg. Marty's a champ. Where does she get that energy? As I got back into the Van Gogh and changed out of my wet clothes and headed out, I thought about all the great years of cutting silhouettes with Marty in the carousel. One of the perks of what I do is that I've become good friends with great people all over the country. And I have to say, Marty is one of the best. She always goes the extra mile, figuratively and literally. I will see my friends at the carousel in Williamsburg again soon. Until then, I'm silhouette artist Clay Rice, and this is Silhouette Highway. Thank y'all for riding with me today. If you know of a store in your town who might want to do a silhouette and book signing event, drop me a line at clay@ricegalleries.com. For my silhouette tour schedule, or even if you can't make an event, you can order silhouettes, books, and prints online at ricegalleries.com. Also, if you want to see more content like this, please like and subscribe. See you on down the line on Silhouette Highway.